Hello, hello. How's it going? I'm just going to share a few links in our Discord real quick. Hope everyone's doing awesome today. Cool. Just sent that out to Discord. Awesome. Hope everyone's doing awesome. Thanks for checking us out if you're here. Excited to hang out with you guys today. Just getting everything set up. Cool. If this is your first time here, we just do a weekly Q&A. So we stay live for about an hour, answering any questions you guys might have. So just hanging out. If there's no questions, then I'll go through a couple builds, but main focus is just to go through questions, see if anyone has any. But looking forward to hanging out for a little bit. We're working on some exciting stuff over at WayScript. And always working to make the product better. So I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome to the stream, Jeff. Welcome everyone else just joining in. Hope you're all doing great. Smiley face in chat if you're doing fantastic. Sad face is okay too, if it's not the best day. Becoming a live streamer. So yeah, if you're just now joining in, we do a weekly Q&A where we just kind of answer questions. Stuck on a project, need any help, we're here to help you out. And if there's no questions, then I'll just kind of do some examples. But we'll give it a few more minutes. Getting started up here. Yeah, so we're working on some pretty cool stuff right now. I don't think there's anything I can share just yet, but soon, 1 week when you tune in, it's going to be all these cool new features that we're rolling out. So you got to tune in every week. That's the only way you're going to catch it. Cool. Welcome everyone. A couple minutes past the hour here. So I think we can go ahead and get started. So every week we kind of kick it off with a few different things. New stuff. I don't think there's any new stuff just yet. Soon. I know I say that weekly, but soon we're going to have a bunch of cool new stuff. a lot of new functionality right down the road that we're all excited about. But all right, let's see. Script highlight. What are we going to pick this week? We'll go over to the community tab. So on WayScript, we have a marketplace, and you can publish your scripts to it for other people to find them. Oh, wow, this one already made top row. Okay, we might check out this script. Yeah, so I featured this one in a video. But what this one does, we probably can't see the CSV. No. We can almost see it. But what this script right here does is reads in stock tickers and then programmatically checks for increases in volume. So if that volume increase is something extreme, then we can write it back. And once we write it back, we can send a text message. So the idea with this one was if you find a stock that's kind of just shooting up in price, which correlates with the volume, or the volume, if volatility of a stock is shooting up, you could do research. The price doesn't necessarily go up, but a good indicator. Volatility from day to day. Cool. Okay, here's our script highlight. This week we wanted to do something a little bit different. So let me pull up a screen. So we're just hanging out right now if anyone joins in. If you have any questions, happy to answer them. Cool. We thought it would be cool to do some basics. Show you how WayScript works, just in case this is your first time seeing it. Cool. So how WayScript is super powerful is we have a bunch of functionality built in that you can use. And then if we don't have the functionality, you can use a programming language of your choice to build it yourself. So we're integrating programming languages with pre-built tools to help speed up your workflow. So we do that in a couple ways. Let's use some Python. So if you're a Python developer, you'll feel right at home on WayScript. So we give you a text editor that you can do pretty much anything you want with. You can write your own custom code and then pass it to other modules in your tree. We do that using these variables that are down here in the bottom left. So I guess we can write some Python code. I'll zoom back in. But we'll just do something simple. So let's say, we have some variable and we do some operation to it. Of course, it's going to be a little bit more complex than just 400. But then with WayScript, we can pass these variables to other modules. So we're writing our Python code, creating a WayScript variable, and then using it. So now we have this variable down here on the left that we can use later on. And just like any programming language, we give you logic that you can use. So let's say, I think there's a power feature I can use here. Cool. Yeah. So we can use logic that's already built in and do some pretty cool interactions with it. So if you wanted to create a loop, you could do that with any iterable, just like how you can in a programming language. So here in our loop, we're taking that list that we created here and we're iterating through the values, and we can just say something like print the log. And we can pull that list A item into the input. Sweet. And now when we run our code, we see that we go through that looping logic using that iterable variable that we created. So just a few basics. Definitely a lot more. WayScript is very powerful, so hard to show you a whole lot, or everything at least, but lots of logic that you can use. We have people that build crazy stuff, and it's cool. It's cool to see. We think it's a pretty powerful tool, obviously. But yeah, so that's a few of the basics. A little introduction, of course. So yeah, if you're just joining in, this is a Q&A live stream. So just hanging out, answering questions. Yeah, I'll do stuff on screen to keep us entertained, but questions are a priority. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do. So if I wanted to share this script that I just created with my team, we just introduced teams. You can find them on your profile. Under your profile picture. I stole the team name Avengers, so that's my team. But if there's more team members in my team, they would all have access to view and use these scripts. You can also just share publicly, which is what that marketplace was. And we've got a bunch of pre-built templates that you can use too. So we're just trying to make the life of the developer easier. Pretty cool. But if there's no questions, I'll just kind of live code what I need to do this week. See if we can figure it out together. So I'll build this one on a team account. And what do I need to do this week? Execute Python by conditional. So what I'm building today is I want to be able to run different Python code depending on a condition in a Google Sheet. So we'll get a chance to use some of that programming logic that we talked about. We'll use an if. I'll zoom in so you can see. So what I'm using here is just a basic if statement, but it's a WayScript if statement. So we'll have to make some dummy data and connect Google Sheets. So what I'm thinking is we'll have some data, we'll read it in, we'll do a check with this if statement, and then depending on that condition, we'll execute Python code. We'll have to figure out the Python to what makes sense for this example, and we'll have to figure out the dummy data. I wonder what is passing some values. I'll go back and clean this up later on. Okay, cool. So I know that's probably hard to see, but it's just one column. We'll read it into WayScript. So we'll read in the file with this mode. I'll choose the file. We'll probably need to sync it up here so we can click the button to the right. We'll pull it in. We'll choose the worksheet, and then we can import the column. I'll ignore the header on this one. Cool. Okay. Let's see. Just live coding this, so don't judge me too bad. But I think it might make sense if we read that variable into Python and then maybe take an average. So that variable name is column 0. So we'll say list A. We'll reference that variable's dictionary. And then we'll get column 0. Nice. If you're new to WayScript, what we're doing here is the way that we store variables on the platform, when in regards to Python at least, is we store them in this dictionary, so you can just get them using a key index or just that get method. So this works totally fine too. And then we're assigning it to a Python variable here, so we can use this in our Python script. Sweet. We'll just do something simple. I swear it's the easiest ones that I always had to look up. I don't even know why. Oh, there's no built-in. Some overlinked. Makes sense. I don't know how I don't remember. I think if I wasn't on a live stream, I would remember. We'll just go through and iterate then, if I don't remember. Cool. Okay. So, little note here. Whenever we read in these numbers, we'll need to do a list comprehension. So, we'll say list A equals int I for I in list A. Cool. All right, we did that the hard way, but we got our average, and now we'll just write it back to WayScript. So we'll do that by creating a new key. And then we'll set it equal to our variable here, average A. Nice. So now we have that created here. And now we can do our conditional on it. So if the variable of averaged amount, we'll say is greater than 15, we'll execute some Python here. And we'll do something like variables output equals some string. So this is greater than 15. And we'll actually just copy this. And say less than 15. Cool. So if average amount is greater than 15, then we'll execute this Python. And if it's less than, we'll execute this one. Awesome. So if you're just tuning in, we're just doing a Q&A. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot them at us. Send them our way. Happy to answer them. If not, we're just kind of hanging out, doing some dummy builds. Yeah. So we got that one. A little bit. Let's see what else we can build. We got, we'll do an SQL from GitHub. Well, I actually don't want to use the GitHub trigger on a live stream. We'll do Let's execute Python by database condition. So we're able to use databases, SQL-based databases, in WayScript by using an SQL module. So we can bring that in, and I've already connected my database, so I'll select one. If you haven't connected a database, it's pretty straightforward. You can add an account, and it just needs to be a public-facing database so we can run SQL against it. So just like how we can in Python, we can execute custom SQL right here in a browser. I think I may have a table of users in here. I do not. I do have a users table. I do not know the columns though, so I can't add anything into it. So yeah, you can write your custom SQL. I don't know my table names, so that's why I'm not going to do it here. But then depending, so this will give us variables down here that we can reference with an if statement in the same way that we did in the last one. We'll pull in those two Python steps, and we can construct pretty much the same thing with a bunch of different data sources. So SQL here is just one. We already saw Google Sheets. Let's see what else we have. Airtable, CSV, Excel, a big one, Dropbox, and a lot more. And I think that data sources are going to become huge with a few updates that we're planning here soon. Be able to do all kinds of cool stuff that we're excited about. Awesome. That's kind of all I think I can do. So we'll just hang out for a few minutes. And check out a few things. Go through a few blog posts. I don't know why, but these icons make me happy. I think these are my favorite ones so far. But there's a couple people that publish content through us, and they have very interesting use cases a lot of the times. It's very cool to see all the different ways that people build with WayScript. And as we get bigger and bigger, the use cases are going to be crazier and crazier, and it'll be fun to watch. We're all very excited about it. Getting to see what you guys build and see how you break it. I'm pretty good at breaking it too, but you guys are probably way better than me. Pressure testing. Oh, cool. Don't think we're going to get any questions here. So I might jump off a little bit early. But thank you all so much for tuning in. I think I'll jump off and see you guys next week. Awesome. Well, see you later. Bye.